These are smart rings. It's called the Ring Air by a company called Ultra Human. And as soon as we got these, we went wild. Really, really wild. By doing it Disney style! We've been testing these rings for about a month now, but before we talk about our review of it, first, honey, what color did you get and why?
I got it in space silver because the other colors were a little too masculine for my taste, and I thought the gold was a little too yellow for my skin tone. And I really liked the sizing kit because I got to wear it around the house for a couple hours to really get a sense of how it would feel and how it would look on me.
And we also got to see the different colors in the kit as well, and that's how you got to see which one would look probably best with your skin, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think the ring feels? Is it heavy? Is it bulky? What do you think?
I'm not really big on jewelry. When I come home, I usually take off my ring and my watch. So I really thought it would be cumbersome because of the size. But I was actually really surprised because it was so lightweight and I got used to it fairly quickly. So I don't even realize it's on. Only sometimes when I'm grabbing the baby carrier or when I'm cooking and I'm chopping things up and the knife rubs against this finger. But I chose to wear it on my right index finger because it was the best fit and the most comfortable for me.
For me, I went with the raw titanium. I like the matte look, but I also thought that, the ring was gonna get scuffed up pretty easily because I'm always kind of banging my rings into things. And I thought it would look the best with the patina. And it is pretty scuffed up, and I do think it still looks pretty good. It looks pretty masculine with those kinds of scratches on it. In terms of the size of the ring itself, it is big, noticeably big, unusually big. So much so that here it is in comparison to my wedding band. It's so big, in fact, that a lot of people recognize that it wasn't a normal ring, including our daughter's teacher at our parent-teacher conference. And she asked, is that one of those smart ring things? I tried keeping my wedding band on my left hand and I tried putting it on my right hand somewhere, but on the index finger, it just kept banging into everything, especially when I was lifting weights. And even on the ring finger here, just because I'm right-handed, so I'm constantly grabbing things, it was constantly banging into things. So I decided to just replace it with my wedding band and put it on my left hand, and it feels a lot more discreet on this hand because I'm just not doing as much with my left. So we've had these things for about a month. What do you think?
Initially, I was not interested in wearing something like this. Dan thought it would be a cool video if we did a guy and girl's perspective on it. So I was only gonna wear it for the review. But surprisingly, it's very insightful into my health habits, and I think I'm gonna continue wearing it.
Yeah, I did notice that at the parent-teacher conference, you were the one that was raving about all the features and stuff that you like. So what were some of your favorite features?
I really like the sleep tracking. It's very detailed and gives you tips on how to get the optimal sleep. And the graphs are really easy to interpret. It shows you your deep sleep, your REM sleep, and it even shows you how many times you tossed and turned in your sleep. And the best thing about it is it gives you a sleep score, and I love when something tells me how good I'm doing with sleep.
I'm having the exact opposite, where it's always red. It's always red.
I also use it to track my steps, so I can see how active I am during the day and if I need to get up and take a walk with a baby. One con I noticed is when I'm taking my baby out on a walk.
Our baby
out on a walk in the stroller, and I'm pushing the stroller. It doesn't always register every step because I'm not walking and bouncing my hand up and down.
I noticed that as well. I'll talk about it a little bit more in my review section, but I think when you hold the stroller like this, because your hand's not bouncing or moving up and down, it's not logging that movement as steps.
I also like in the app that you can add something called power plugs, and these are additional trackers that you can get for free. And my favorite things are menstrual cycle tracking and pregnancy tracking. The menstrual cycle tracking is pretty cool because it can predict when your next period window is going to be. It uses period logs and temperature and resting heart rate and heart rate variability. It can also predict your fertile window, which is so helpful when you're trying to conceive. I wish we had this when we were trying.
No more kids.
But we're done. We're done.
Totally done.
We're done having kids. The pregnancy tracking feature, I read that it gives guidance on nutrition, activity, and health metrics during pregnancy.
But obviously we didn't get to use it.
Yeah, I wish I had it during my pregnancy. There are a lot of things in the app that I haven't explored yet, like the free workouts that are included. And that's something I want to try, but I haven't done yet. Overall, I like how I can use this one piece of tech and one app to track so many different aspects of my life. So I don't have to open up all these different apps to see how I'm sleeping, my period tracking. I don't have to open another app to check my steps and see how active I am.
So he just woke up from his nap, so he's gonna be in for the rest of the video. For me, I used to have an Apple Watch and I hated it. I had to charge it almost daily, and the notifications that would constantly pop up for work, it just really took me out of the moment. And I think I have undiagnosed ADHD, so I would just get really distracted and I couldn't really focus on anything. But I still wanted something that was gonna be on my person all the time to be able to track steps and workouts and stuff like that. And a ring without all the notifications seemed to be the perfect solution to that. The number one thing that I love about this ring and the app is that I feel like it makes all of its suggestions tailored to me specifically and not to this ideal caricature of a person. The best example I can give is that I am a night owl. I have tried to sleep normally. Every article I read says, you must get X amount of hours of sleep and you must do it this way. But I've tried and I just cannot. My wife, you bug me all the time about trying to do this and I just cannot. And on the Ultra Human app, I was really surprised that it gave recommendations based on when I sleep. So instead of saying, hey, you didn't get good sleep and you need to sleep at 10 o'clock tomorrow, it would say, instead, tomorrow, Dan, we recommend that you sleep maybe a little 30 minutes earlier at around 1:30 instead of 2 a.m. to make up for the sleep that you didn't get last night. And I think that's really, really cool. This thing also auto detects naps. I am a napper. I use a nap to get that boost of energy midday, and I love how the app will say, we detected a nap.
It even detected when I was dozing off while I was nursing my baby, which is pretty awesome.
Why do you keep saying my? It's our baby.
My baby.
Like Christina was saying, the Ultra Human app is really, really well done. Every reviewer talks about this, and I was kind of skeptical, but it's really, really well done. At the very top, they give suggestions for the time of day that you're at. It can be things like your caffeine window. Hey, this is the window you should drink caffeine so you can have a good night's rest. This is what we recommend in terms of steps. This is what we recommend in terms of sleep or winding down for sleep. That's right at the top, so you can see that. And then at the bottom are going to be all those live metrics for your heart rate, your temperature, and all of that stuff. Again, they give little bits of information for recommendations and interpreting what those mean, because I have no idea what half of these acronyms mean. And if you click it, you can go do a deep dive into what all those metrics are and get to the nitty-gritty details. This ring has a beta feature called the Auto Workout Detect mode, and it's supposed to detect when your heart rate, I'm assuming, rises because you're working out. And I have to say that at least for weight workouts, not that great. I work out not daily, but I try to work out fairly regularly with weights. My sessions are about 20 to 30 minutes, and I go kind of hard. I try to get in the rep of about 5 to 8 reps, so I'm lifting fairly heavy weights to get my heart rate up, and it has never auto-detected a single workout. So I have to do it manually, not a big deal, but I do wish that it was able to kind of do that on its own. As for step tracking, it is pretty accurate, but like Christina was saying earlier, when your hands are stationary, I imagine if you're on a bike, but in our case, it was more for a stroller. When we were at Disney World, the disparity of step tracking between my phone and the ring was huge. Case in point, when we were at Disney World in Magic Kingdom, my ring said that I had about 15,000 steps, and I said, oh wow, that's a lot, but I felt like I walked a lot more. So I checked my phone because my phone was in my pocket the entire day, and my phone said I had 26,000 steps. That is a difference of 11,000 steps. That is a huge disparity, and yeah, so if you're gonna be walking in unconventional ways with this ring, it could be a deal breaker if you're looking for step tracking. And the biggest con for me is that this ring is easy to lose. I actually did lose it. I found it, no thanks to the ring itself, but this ring only has a Bluetooth connection. And to be fair, a lot of smart wearable tech does not have GPS built in. That means you are limited to a Bluetooth range. Now, I do like that Ultra Human has a feature on their app where you can track your ring, but again, it's gonna be limited to Bluetooth range. So if it's out of that, you are out of luck. The only reason I found this ring was no thanks to Ultra Human, but because of a kind soul at Disney who managed to pick up the ring and turn it into the lost and found. So I guess Disney hasn't lost all of its magic just yet.
I know, Daddy's the dumb one for losing his ring. I know, but I'm just saying that if you lose it, you're probably gonna lose it forever.
For $350, would you buy it? Would you wear it?
Yeah, I would totally buy it and wear it.
And I would too. I do like the fact that it keeps all of your stuff in one place, and besides it being a little bit big, I love that it doesn't constantly ding me with notifications like an Apple Watch did. Until next time,
Stay honest.